Hello friends, welcome to Course Laboratory, and in this session we will learn about the object. So the question will be, what is object in Java? So here I have written 2 points, and that will be explaining exactly like what is object in Java. Once we will go through of this, we will try to relate these points with our program. So let's just start. Okay, so point 1 says, with the help of object we'll be able to access instance variables and instance methods. Point 2 says object is a physical entity. So let's just try to understand this with the help of our coding. So first point says, with the help of object we'll be able to access instance variable and instance method. So as you must have remember, like in the earlier session of class, I have explained you like whatever variable we have created without using static keyword, that will be an instance variable, and whatever method we will create without using static keyword, that method will be a instance method. So let's just try to call them with the help of object. So as you can see, I have created one main method so that the Java will get to know like the execution should be start from this method, and over here I have created the object of our current class. So if you also wanted to create the object of any class, you can create that with the help of their class name. Like class name is equals to whatever you wanted to give the name of your object, like obj, and you will have to use this new keyword, and then you will again type your class name, then you will have to give the brackets, and then at the end you will have to give the semicolon. So in this way you can also create the object of any of your class, but I have already created that and I have named our object as object. So let's just try to call our method and instance variable. So as you can see, I have tried to call our instance variable here. Let's just try to call our instance method, and that is add. So it will be asking us two variable and the method name is 2, so it will return us over here, it will print the addition of these two numbers. So let's just execute this code. And okay, so over here it has printed the value of instance variable a, that is 10, and in the next line it has printed the sum is 3, as we have passed the value 1 and 2. So guys, just keep remember, with the help of instance we can call or we can use the instance variable and instance method. It doesn't mean you cannot call or you cannot use the static variable with the help of object. You can do that. Let me show you. Well, I'll just copy these two lines and I will place them here, and as you can see the static variable name is b, and the static method name is add1. And if you have done this, let's just try to execute and let's see what it says. So as you can see, it is accessible with the help of object also, but as you can see here, the Eclipse is giving us some warning. It says, what it says, we will have to go again here. It says static field object concept.b should be accessed in a static way, and the same warning it is given us on the second line. The static method add1 int from type object concept class should be accessed in a static way. It means if you wanted to call some static method or static variable with the reference of their object, yes you can do that, but that is not the specified way by Java. So the more proper way will be if you will copy the class name like this and just put it here like this. So as you can see, the warnings has been removed, and this will be a more appropriate way. So what will happen if you have created some code, or after some days if some another developer is going to take a look of that code, so while just taking a look of this object concept class name, that person will get to know like, yes, this variable is a static variable and this method is static method. Okay, so this was about the static variable and static method, and I just wanted to show you something like this. As you can see, I have also created the constructor of our class, and there is one specific point why I have done that. So I'll just remove this initialization of our instance variable, and now I will try to execute our code. So if you will see that, you must be amazed, like we haven't initialized any value here, or still it is giving us 0. So what is the reason? So guys, let me tell you, once you compile your Java code after creating the object, so the Java compiler will add one default constructor with each of your class, and what it will do, the constructor will initialize the instance variable. So if anybody will ask you what a constructor do, so you can simply tell it, a constructor is used to initialize instance variables. So this will be the appropriate definition, and that will be a. Yes, so let me show you this. If you will take one variable called a, and in the body, if you will change this like this, dot a is equals to a, so now you will see this particular line is start giving us some error, because it says add arguments to match a object concept int, as this constructor is expecting one variable. So over here you will have to pass one integer type variable, and let's take example, we have passed 5. And now if we will execute our program, okay, we have missed semicolon here, so let's just save this. And if we will execute our program, what happened? Okay, so by mistake we have given one semicolon here, so let's just execute this once again. And as you can see, we got the value of 5 is a. It means whatever instance variable we have created, the constructor can be used to initialize them. Okay, so let's go back to our question, like what is object in Java. So if someone will ask you, you can say these 2 points, and let's discuss quickly the second point. Object is the physical entity. So as you must have remembered, like in the earlier session of class, I have told you like the class is a blueprint. So at that time I told you, if you are not creating any object of your class, then that class will be a Java document only. There will be no memory initializations to their instance variable and their method, instance methods in the memory. Once you will create the object, then only this variable will be initialized in your desktop memory space, or this method will be initialized in your memory space. So that is why Java people call this object is a physical entity. So I hope you must be able to relate these 2 points. So this was all for this session. Thank you guys. Happy learning.